What's going on, Rattler fans? Welcome to another episode of Coleman's Corner. I'm your host, Matt Comuzzie, joined as always by Executive Director of Athletics, Robert Coleman.
Thanks for having me, Matt.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it.
It's been a little bit since we had our last episode.
Yeah.
I believe it was right at the end of the summer. School year about to get started. Flash forward to now, we're in the middle of it. Fall season's pretty much wrapped up. I want to go through each sport individually, but let's start with kind of just your general overview, thoughts on how the fall went.
Well, since you mentioned, and we haven't talked since the summertime, we had high expectations for the fall teams, and honestly, I think we had a really nice fall. I mean, we start off with men's soccer winning the regular season, which we thought that was a possibility begin the year, and had a really nice season. Again, winning over 10 games in the regular season in the Lone Star 3 of the last 6 years. Johnny becomes the all-time winningest coach. You have multiple all-stars on that team, and Johnny was the goaltender of the year, and Luke was the defensive player of the year. So again, super excited about what men's soccer did. Volleyball, really happy how they finished the year. Thought they could have a good season, and they did. Winning 17 matches in the fall. Disappointed obviously with some of the injuries they had because they were rolling. Thought they were an NCAA type regional team, and we're close at the very end. But again, I think we're also really optimistic about the future of that program. But a great season for the ladies in volleyball. Again, first teamer, 3 second teamers, and I think two of those individuals are coming back next year. So excited for that. And then women's soccer, again, injury bug big time, but won 9 games. A team, again, we had high hopes to make the NCAAs, and again, they were still even kind of close at the very end, kind of on the outside looking in. But I think the fall overall, really happy. We had 3 teams that probably, if injuries don't hit women's soccer and volleyball, we probably maybe have 3 teams in the NCAA championships, right? So again, I'm pleased with it, but there's more to do and more to come, I think, there.
Absolutely. So let's dive in a little bit deeper now. Start with the teams that still have a spring season to come. So quick little recap on men's and women's tennis. They finished 4 players ranked in ITA regionals, had some good showings in the fall. Any thoughts there?
Yeah, I mean, I think we had a nice fall with all 4 of those sports, with tennis and golf. Again, the conference is super difficult, right? And so we want to get back to the standard, especially in women's tennis, of what we've been used to. And we've got a lot of work ahead of us. I know Bill's still, trying to do some recruiting. Obviously, the portal's open right now. Folks know about what that's all about. But excited about, the men, I think, are really close team. Really like each other kind of thing. They're going to play super hard. I think they're excited about the season. And the ladies, like you just mentioned, with ITAs had a really good showing. So excited for that. Golf, the women's golf team, again, ranked super high nationally and regionally. So, we expect great things if everyone is healthy. And I think they had a great fall right now. So excited for that. And then the guys, I think they've really brought their level up over from kind of how we finished last year. I think they're kind of borderline in the top 10 regionally right now, which is great to see. They had some great tournaments. Guys shooting, super low scores in the fall. So I think the sky's the limit, actually, with all of them right now. And Matt, we've counted on those 4 sports in the springtime and in our program that, they were kind of staples of making regional play. We need to get back to that point, quite honestly. And so, we're hopeful 2 or 3 of those teams out of those 4 can really challenge and make regionals.
Absolutely. So now back to volleyball. You mentioned it, off to a super hot start. They go on a 7-match winning streak with all of those being 3-0 sweeps. Super impressive stuff. You said unfortunate injuries kind of slowed them down a little bit, but still, make the postseason at the end, lost in the quarterfinals. But
I mean, look, Laura and Dave have done a great job. They have. I mean, they're in their 4th year right now. I think anytime you hire a new coaching staff, you want to see where they're at year 3 through 5, and they've each year made a step. I mean, to win 17 matches, and half your team's kind of injured at the end of the year, some really big season ending in. I mean, that's a 20-win team this year, quite honestly. And so, again, there's disappointment, but there's also real great optimism about if everyone comes back healthy again and we can stay healthy, what can this group do, right? And I think again, it's a regionally, ranked team, fighting for the NCAA next year, top 5, top 4 in the Lone Star. I mean, that's the type. I think they've tasted it. The ladies have tasted some of that now, and they know how to go after it. That we can be that.
Yeah, I'm putting a bow on them. They finished with 4 LSC All-Conference selections. Alicia Berth with the first team, Callie Nims second team, Landry Withers second team, and Alyssa Kale second team. Alyssa Kale also LSC All-Academic. So,
yeah, and again, Landry's coming back. So I mean, I think that we're excited about those two coming. I mean, obviously, we're losing a first-team All-Conference player. Not going to be simple to replace that, but I think that's why. We have others who elevate their game, and then we've got some new recruits coming in, so, excited.
Absolutely. Moving on, women's soccer, similar to volleyball, get off to a hot start, some tough injuries, slowed them down a little bit, but also still make it to the postseason, quarterfinal loss there, but they wrap things up with 2 LSC All-Conference players, and Shelby Paniagua gets a first team, and Malia Dominguez with a third team, Shelby also with an all-region selection, so that's something you think plays into next year, keeping that momentum going?
Yeah, I mean, of course. I mean, Shelby's been a great player, obviously, all 3 years she's been with us. And each year, whether she's All-American, first team All-Region, I mean, she's you have to have a couple of those players on your team each year, right? And, again, unfortunate injuries, really key individuals for us. We want to get Sydney back as quick as possible now, 2 years in a row she's got injured. Want to keep her healthy because she's a dynamic player, someone who again is a first or second team all-region type player. And when you lose those type of individuals and still win 9 games, it goes to show you what we can do.
On the other side of it, men's soccer, quite a run from them. You mentioned it at the top, but just to run through their whole season, head coach Johnny Clifford sets an all-time wins record for the program because it started early on. They finished 11th in the national ranking. Like you said, regular season champions. We ended up hosting the conference championship, which was awesome for us. We get a dramatic semifinals win in penalty kicks out at Sigma Beta Chi Field. Electric atmosphere out there. Unfortunately, fall in the finals to Midwestern State, but they finished with 9 all-conference selections. Louis Nohar, Luke Mulkey, Johnny Thurbin, Sofian Marcoux, all on the first team. Pau Matudea, Adam Abu Hamidi, Gael Gallegos, and Andrick Fair on the second team. Cooper Stevens, third team. So
yeah, again, I mean, Johnny does it year after year for us. Super consistent. I think that's what we love about him. I mean, we had a dip last year because of injuries to that team. We stayed pretty healthy. Obviously, losing Andy, late in the year didn't help. Obviously, another dynamic player. Nothing to hang our head about. And when we get down to the point of losing a Midwestern, I mean, they've been a great program for a long, long time. They're a tough team. It's us against them. It seems like at the end. But I will tell you, as you mentioned, the DBU game was electric, great crowd. I mean, it's kind of the atmosphere you want every single game, quite honestly, because that was absolutely a home field, advantage for us. But, super exciting year. Johnny should be, awfully proud of what he's been able to accomplish, not just this year, but through his career to win, again, 3 regular season championships in 6 years in the Lone Stars. It's not an easy thing to do.
Absolutely. Sold them short a little bit. They also finished with the conference goalkeeper of the year in Johnny Thurbin, the defensive player of the year, Luke Mulkey, and the newcomer of the year, Sophia Marcoux, as well as 5 all-region selections. So, yeah, pretty good stuff there.
It was very nice. Good season for sure.
So, now our team still playing here is esports. The Rocket League team goes undefeated, 7-0. So it's a new program record, and then they're playing in the semifinals tonight.
Tonight's tonight, man. So we're hopefully going to get a win and move on to the finals. And again, Caitlin's done a great job as our head coach of that program. And really, again, the exciting thing is not only is it a record and they're 7-0, but they're young. This isn't like a whole bunch of seniors on this team. There's freshmen and sophomores right now, and the talent out there in the world of just esport alone is freshmen are coming in and being our best players right off the bat. So again, really exciting. Didn't know how the year was going to go with new recruits coming in and replacing a lot of people, but super proud of the team and super excited about tonight. I think 7:00 is go time, and hopefully a few hours after that we'll be in the finals.
So now to walk us back a little bit, cool events that we were doing this year, newer to this year, our alumni night events. I want to get kind of your takeaway on them and how they came to be, and if we can expect more of them moving forward.
Yeah, so they came to be. First off, the head of our alumni association, John Carrillo, brought the suggestion after talking with our new president, Winston Aravelis, and between President Aravelis and John, they wanted to do more things, keep creating the culture here on campus. Came to us with the idea, and we were all in on it. And I think they've been great. I greatly appreciate the president's presence at these events. We've done both soccers. We did a volleyball, which was really, really a great crowd the night we did volleyball, and a dramatic win when we really needed it, trying to get into the Lone Star Conference tournament. Basketball's upcoming here tomorrow night, and we have 150, 160 alumni, and it's just not athletic alumni. It's all alumni, and so really excited. They're going to be courtside. We push the bleachers back, and it's a cool environment. So their idea, bringing it to us to partner, and you can expect that to be ongoing. I mean, we're already talking about tennis, talking about baseball, softball, stunt, and I don't know who I'm missing, but anything in the spring, we're going to try to do at least one event.
Love it, really fun stuff. So that gets us kind of our present moment. We're here, winter sports getting kicked off, basketball's just getting off and running. Do you have any thoughts on opening this season?
Yeah, I mean, first off with the ladies, I went to their first tournament at St. Edward's, and I could immediately tell, we have more talent, we're more athletic. And as I told Coach Val, if we stay healthy, this is a team that's going to win some games. I think we've showed that early on. A team last year that maybe couldn't close on a couple games, we've been able to close a couple games at Sul Ross, at UT Dallas already. The other day against Oklahoma Baptist, really good wins for us. We're 4-2 at this point, and got some opportunity here to end December. I think we got 3 or 4 more games, and I think they're on a good note right now. They're off to a good start. But again, Matt, it all goes back to health, right? If we can stay healthy, the talent's better for sure. We talk about that 3 to 5 year period, and here's Val in her third year, not really even counting her first year because she got here so late trying to pull that team together, and she's done a really, really nice job. And CC being a great freshman, right off the bat, Val's had 2 other freshman of the years in our conference, and we may have a third, who knows. But again, off to a really good start, so I'm excited for them. I'm excited for Val and Liz for their efforts in recruiting. And then for the guys, again, great win on the road in Colorado, then another great road win against Lubbock the other night. After taking a tough loss at Midwestern, I give those guys a lot of credit for fighting back and playing for one another. To get a 1-1, I mean, that's a tough road trip early on in the year, man, to go to Midwestern and Lubbock. So excited for them. And again, they've got some good things ahead of them. If we can stay focused, we can get out of December with a pretty good record. And again, if we stay healthy, that team, I don't know that team great yet. I haven't seen them really live yet, as I have the ladies. But I think there's talent there for sure. I think it's a defensive type team who... I think, again, they've built a pretty good culture and they care for one another. And I think you saw that when you can go on the road. Good teams go on the road and get wins. And they found a way to do it the other night. So excited for their season as well.
Absolutely. Speaking of going on the road, men's basketball, pretty cool trip coming up, heading to Las Vegas.
Yep.
We spoke with head coach Bubba Meyer at Media Day, talked about how it's a lot of teams that they haven't seen before. What do you think that's going to do for the team heading into the season?
Well, we played 2 very strong teams, quite honestly. So, that's the trip is it's one to have on our schedule, and it's exciting for recruits to see that we do these types of things. But it's a business trip, we're going there to try to win as much as we have an alumni event there that the players will be part of afterwards, and there'll be some fun to it. But we're going to win, right? We're not going there to go 0-2. We're not actually even going there to go 1-1, which may happen. We're trying to win both games and make it an outstanding trip. But I know they're excited. It's been on the schedule for a while, and playing really good outside teams again gets us even more ready for our conference. As you know, it's super, super difficult. And so Bubba has not, shied away about having a really tough schedule, and he's got another one. And so there's no cupcakes. It doesn't even matter what your record is. You've got to come ready to play because everyone in the conference can beat anybody on a given night.
So closing out here, let's do a little bit of general housekeeping. We had it's been a while since our last episode. We had some upgrades to the basketball locker rooms. You want to speak a little bit about?
Yeah, I thought they came out great. It's been a long time coming. We've been talking it for about a couple years now, but the new floor, new lockers, new wraps. Really excited for both coaches, for recruitment purposes and, just the current team. I think it's exciting, that they had the vision to kind of do these things, and we worked closely with facilities and some really good companies to make this happen. So great job by the coaches. I hope the players appreciate what they have, but they came out great. Everything we had hoped they would be, they've turned out that way.
Love it. A couple of events we missed that happened over the fall. Buddy Meyer Athletic Golf Tournament, pretty good turnout there, as well as the baseball casino night.
Yeah, golf's just been outstanding for our program. We got a great loyal following for that tournament. Another super successful event. Great day. The weather wasn't too hot. Great turnout. We probably had close to 200 people, through the morning and the afternoon. And, again, I can't thank all the individuals who played in that, Matt, because, all those proceeds go back to our team and allows us to go to Vegas and some of these other things that we do. So super excited about that event. And Coach Meyer's name, means a lot to a lot of people. And it's one of the reasons, obviously, if not the reason, that they come back to that tournament to, support, his legacy here and also all the good things that we're doing here at in Rattler Nation. And then as far as the casino night, again, baseball did a nice job with that. It's been super successful, the 3 years that we've done it now. Another huge fundraising event. We got a softball one coming up in January. And may actually do one as we get closer to homecoming. So the casino nights have been great. It's a great way to get parents involved. It's a great way to get alumni involved, and the student athletes work the events, and so it's a good way to kind of kick off our years.
Love it. Well, that's really all we have for this week's episode. Thanks you all for watching. For Robert Coleman, I'm Matt Comuzzie. We'll see you all next time.